Hi, welcome to my channel, Nurturing the Nurturer, restoring strength to those caregivers who give it all. Are you that caregiver who struggles with saying no or feel like you're obligated to do everything under the sun? Or maybe you're that caregiver who has a fear of rejection, so you will not ask anyone for help because you don't want to hear the word no or I can't help you at this time. So you're like, you know what? I'm throwing my hands up. I'll just do it myself. Well, if that is you, you're at the right place and you are struggling with setting boundaries. Hi, my name is Yolanda. I'm a former hospice nurse, but I also have taken care of elderly people with dementia, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, or any ailments that have prevented them from taking care of themselves. If you believe this content will be beneficial to you, like, comment, and subscribe for more. And also stick around until the end for simple tips on how you can help set up your day for your success. Now, we all know that setting boundaries is very necessary for maintaining your mental health, your emotional and physical well being in order for you to have a peace of mind. And in order to take care of your loved one, you have to have some type of peace of mind because you cannot give 100% of you to them if you're not 100%. Now, one thing that I have found that when we setting boundaries, even if it's easier to set boundaries with other people, it's harder to set the boundaries with the people that we are caring about. And truthfully, boundaries need to be set with them as well. I used to, when I did hospice nursing, a lot of times I would go, of course, I traveled and went into people's homes. So when I would go into their homes, a lot of times I would get, for example, Yolanda, my mom, she needs her dressing changed on her wound, but she will not let me turn her in order to change her. She keeps telling me no when I go to try to change her. And the first thing I will say is no, changing a dressing and on a wound, that's non-negotiable. That has to happen, and you have to set boundaries. I know that's mom. I know that's dad. I know that's whomever you're taking care of, but you have to set boundaries, and some things are non-negotiable. One thing that I have learned is that usually it doesn't happen often, but when you get that person that you're taking care of, if they're still mentally with it and they do not have any type of dementia, Alzheimer's, their only issue is physical, a lot of times, I'm not saying this all for everyone, but sometimes they can be very, some can be mean. I find that they feel like, okay, I've lost power in everything else in my life. I can no longer take care of myself. So I have to have some type of power or control over something. So they will lash out at the person that's taking care of them. And like I said, when it came to something like wound care, that is non-negotiable because we all know that if you do not change a wound and then you're lying in the same area, the same spot, you're not being turned, you're not having wound care, only thing can happen is that wound can get worse. So what I would tell my families are, no, you need to tell mom this, I love you, mom, love you, dad, I love you, whomever, but this is a no choice. This has to be taken care of. And you have to do it. You have to set those boundaries with the person that you're taking care of. Because, like I said, a lot of times they no longer have that power anymore. They feel like I don't have any control. So I have to control something. Then there are also the boundaries that you need to set with family members. You need the help. In order for you to be able to take care of mom, dad, or whomever you're taking care of fully, you need the help from them. Again, like I said earlier, you cannot give 100% of you if you're not 100%. So you're going to have to start delegating tasks. Sister, brother, cousin needs, I need you. I cannot do this alone. Maybe Monday and Tuesday, you cook. Wednesday and Thursday, I cook. Monday and Tuesday, you wash clothes. Wednesday and Thursday, I wash clothes. However it goes, but you have to set those boundaries and you have to mean them. Your no must be no, and your yes must be yes. And you cannot change that. There are three types of boundaries, actually. And there is that time boundary, that emotional boundary, and the task boundary. Of course, that time boundary is, for example, you know, at between 2 and 4, this is when family members can come visit. The reason I use that for an example is because when I was doing nursing and I would go to family, when I would go to the caregiver's home, I would always get, Yolanda, I know my sister, cousin, family, nieces, and nephews love mom and dad. I know they love mom and dad, and I know they want to see them. But Yolanda, when they come, they are here practically all day. And not just that, they're making all types of noise. Okay, then this is your home. You need to set a boundary for that. You're allowed to come between 2 and 4. You're allowed to come between 9 and 10 or whatever. But after that, you have to leave because this is too much on me and it's probably too much on mom and dad. I'm not trying to make this all about hospice, but I just want to give this example because that's what I've been doing for so long or was doing for so long when there's too much stimuli, so too much noise and everything. And you notice if mom and dad they're in bed, then all of a sudden they're restless and they can't calm down and they're just restless, fidgety, or whatever. A lot of times it could be due to too much stimuli. So if they're hearing a lot of noise coming from different areas, it bothers them and they cannot rest. So you have to be able to explain to your loved ones, listen, I know you love mom and dad, cousin, brother, whomever you're taking care of, but they need their rest. And also I need my rest too. Now, there's also emotional boundaries. And what I mean by that, and sometimes you'll get that from the person you're taking care of. You know that you're doing everything under the sun for this person and they're making you feel like crap, like you're not doing anything. You have to set your boundaries. Sometimes the loved ones are you're taking care of, they try to make you feel like, you know what, like you're not doing enough. No, I am doing enough. I'm doing what I can and I'm caring for you. You're in a safe environment, you're eating, I'm caring for you. So a. That's what it is. And you have to let them know because people will take you on an emotional roller coaster. And like I said, I know friends and family members will too, but that person that you're taking care of, they will take you on an emotional roller coaster. And you have to know, you in your heart know, listen, I know in my heart that I love my loved one and I will never hurt them or I will never do anything to hurt them or disrespect them. When you know that in your heart, rest on that. Do not let anyone make you feel guilty, not even the person that you're taking care of. Now, we also talked about task boundaries, setting tasks, like I told you earlier. Set tasks, okay? Monday and Tuesday, those are the days you wash the clothes or you cook. And Wednesday and Thursdays, these are my days that I cook or I wash when I am washing or when I am home with mom. Okay, I need you to go to the pharmacy to pick up the medication for mom or dad. Listen, sometimes us as caregivers, we feel like no one can do it better than me. And you're probably right. Sister, brother, they can't do it better than you, but they can do it. And you need to utilize them because you need your physical and mental health. So, like I said, they can do it, so allow them to do it. Sometimes, as caregivers, we're asking for help when help is right there and you don't want to utilize the help that you have. I would like to tell you this little story, which you probably heard this story millions of times, but I think this goes perfect with this. And I probably don't know the exact verbiage, but hey, hopefully it'll help you along. So it was a gentleman, he was in this little town or whatever, this small town or city or whatever he was in. And there was going to be this big flood, this massive flood that was going to destroy the whole town or whole city. And someone came to him and said, "Hey, they came to his home in a car. Sir, you need to go. You can come with me. We need to evacuate. There's going to be a flood. It's going to destroy this whole city. We need for you to come." He said, "No, I'm not coming. God is going to save me." So the car drove off. So the water was rising. Next thing you know, someone came on a boat. "Sir, I need you to get in this boat. The the flood is rising. It's going to destroy everything. I need you to get in this boat. We need to evacuate." The guy said, "No, God is going to save me. I don't need to get in your boat. I'm staying in my home. God is going to save me." Next thing you know, the water rose so high that he was on top of his roof. And when he was on top of his roof, someone in a helicopter came and said, "Sir, I need you to get in this helicopter. The town is going to be destroyed. Everyone needs to evacuate." He said, "No, I'm staying in my home. I'm not going to evacuate. God is going to save me." Well, long story short, he passed away. So when he passed away, he said, "God, I thought you were going to save me." And God said, "I sent a car, I sent a boat, and I sent a helicopter, and you refused it." So the moral of the story is, if he's sending you people, stop refusing it. Allow them to help you. Now, how to communicate boundaries with your loved ones. You have to explain to your loved ones or your friends that you need time for yourself. You need help because you're not able to take care of mom and dad properly if you're unable to take care of yourself. And like I said previously, you cannot give 100% of you if you're not 100%. Now, I admit, you may get pushback because if you're like me, in the past, I had a hard time setting boundaries. So I had a hard time with my yeses saying yeses and my no's saying no's, staying no's, but not today. I will say yes and I will say no. But believe me, you need to explain to your family that, listen, I need your help because I need to have a peace of mind. I can't take care of mom or dad or whomever the loved one is that you're taking care of if you don't have that peace of mind. Okay. So, what are we going to do? We're going to do practical boundary settings. So create a caregiving schedule, right? That includes your time of rest. So you're creating the schedule, you're delegating tasks, but within that schedule, also include your time of rest. Like here, this time I need to rest. Decide what tasks to delegate to others. And one more thing, this may sound kind of, cheesy or whatever, but practice saying no. Get in the mirror, say no, no, I'm not going to do that. Practice it. Do what you have to do to help yourself succeed mentally and physically and spiritually. So, thank you for joining me. And again, if you feel that this information was beneficial to you, like, comment, and subscribe. And I would love to hear your experiences on how you set boundaries with family members or even with the ones that you're taking care of, how you're setting those boundaries. Just comment. And if you also have any questions regarding hospice, for example, just put it in the comments. And of course, I will answer your questions. Okay, thank you.